Alright guys, today we're going to do something called the distributive property. Now you know that we talked about it last week before Miss Wesley left. So here's how it works. If you look at this first problem, we've got 3 times parentheses, okay, x minus 4. So this is considered a term or a coefficient because it's in front of the parentheses. So you give that coefficient to everyone inside the parentheses. I like to think of this front number as being like a cupcake, and this is a party, and you give a cupcake to everybody at the party. So 3 times x is 3x, 3 times negative 4, negative 12. Or you can think to yourself, keep this operation symbol, and then do 3 times 4, which is 12. So let's practice this again. Oh, you're probably thinking, oh, it's a fraction. Don't freak out. You're going to do 1/2 times 4x. So 1/2 times 4x. So that's going to give you 4 over 2x, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So you got 2x, keep your operation symbol, plus, and 1/2 times 2, which is going to give you 2 over 2, which is 1. So your answer is 2x plus 1. So I'm going to give you another example that looks like this one. So let's have negative 5 times 7y minus 7. So again, you're going to give this front thing to everybody. So negative 5 times 7y, which is going to be negative 35y. Then you keep that operation symbol, and then you're going to have a negative 5 times 7. So negative 5 times 7, which gives you negative 35. And a negative becomes a plus. So negative 35y plus 35. Okay. Now, if you see one like this that has a negative sign in the front, it means you just switch the sign of everybody inside. So this becomes negative x minus 4. Okay, because this means you give a negative to this guy, and you give a negative to this guy. So remember, that's the cupcake. You give it to everybody at the party. Same thing here. Give a negative to this one, which means you're going to switch the sign to a positive x. Give a negative to this one, which means it becomes a minus 2 or a negative 2. Okay, so you just take that front number, give it to everybody inside. So this one's a little more complicated. I'm going to have negative 2.4 times y. Keep this minus negative 2.4 times x, which would be a negative 2.4x. So you can write it as negative 2.4y. 2 negatives become a plus 2.4x. And then negative 2.4 times 2. So 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 2 is 4. Negative 4.8. That's your answer. So now that you've watched all of these, you can pause the video here, or you can go back and have Mr. Barber replay any of it and pause it throughout the video if you want.